Good everyone, welcome. Today we have a premium series episode on the BF-109 E-7 for Japan. Now I know I said it was going to be the Japs Air next, but unfortunately the BR of this thing has gone down, and well, if I don't do it in order, people will probably be like, why is it going from 3.0 to 2.3 and then back to back? And yeah, I'm not dealing with that, so it's just easier. So, I didn't get much feedback on the Kai 44 134 video about me potentially including the newer vehicles into the series. As in, the newer vehicles that we've picked up recently. Now, typically the premium series has been one that we would probably do a rollback, and I'm going to keep it that way. So, the last vehicles that you're going to see in this part are going to be the E-7 and the F4U-1A, and then obviously we'll move on to the different nations accordingly. Once we're done with Sweden, we will move on to the rollback. In other words, we will do the vehicles that have not had an episode in the series yet. So, the Japanese E-7. Why is this thing 2.3? Well, Joe actually has an answer for that. From what I've seen, this thing still has the original E3 files. What I mean by that is this aircraft used to be the BF-109 E3. This was before they changed it to an E7, which obviously it was in real life. It got the different cannons. It didn't have a bomb rack. It didn't really have much in the way of improved armor or anything like that, even though it should because it's an E7. But the aircraft has stayed at 2.3 because Gaijin are too lazy to make it a separate aircraft, which, yeah. I don't know why, but it's just Gaijin being Gaijin. But this thing is still 1000 GE, it's still cheap as fuck, and on the sale it'll be, well, since the sale's just been, I should say, don't know why I said on the sale, I meant to say after the sale. If you've picked this thing up, you've got yourself a cracker. Let's put it that way. So, as I said, this aircraft is... well, it's still a 2.3 aircraft. I don't know why the hell they haven't noticed this, but... yeah, we're probably going to be kicking puppies, so expect to see quite a good result. But anyway, I will see you in the first match, and, well, let's see if it is another 5 seconds before it even does that. And in typical fashion, about 15 seconds after I say that, we get our first match, and we get a pretty good map for this aircraft, although the infamous you-know-what might come into play here. So as I said, originally we was going to do the Japanese F4U-1A, but I decided because of the BRs and everything, it just made sense to go for the E7 and then the F4U-1A. Obviously, the F4U-1A is a very good aircraft, but... well, this thing is disgusting, and I don't know why it's 2.3, but... well, I do know, but... what I mean is, why is it still 2.3? It's like... come on, Gaijin. You knew you fucked up with this thing, because it's a bit of a clubber already. That was a right big stutter then, Jesus. I mean, if you want an idea of another clubbing aircraft, you have to look right there at that C202D. That's all I'm going to say. That plane is an absolute beast. And pairing that thing with an E7 on the same team as also a Chica, although I don't think he's going to be much use. Because he's got bombs strapped on the damn thing. This is definitely going to be a slaughter. That is, unless the C202D pilot has no brains, the Chica has no brains, and I get one shot by like a 7.62 or something. Well, welcome back. You joined me a few minutes ahead. I figured I'd cut ahead because there wasn't really much to continue on from. We've found what appears to be a bomber. We've got a Stuka there as well, so we're going to watch him. But as you can tell, we're only about 4 or 5 minutes into the match, and we're already at roughly 5k. This thing just climbs like a homesick angel. So yeah, this thing at this low of a BR is just stupid. And that is a Condor. I might actually go for that, but then again... I mean, we've got a Corsair to deal with. I'll let the B6N2 handle it. So, unfortunately, the C202 I mentioned at the start, he is a bit of a monk. As in, he isn't really climbing much. And, well, we've got a Corsair to deal with, and that is quite important. We do also have this VG coming in from the right, which I'm probably going to go for first, and let the Corsairs dove down. So, we're going to try a good old energy trap. Let's see if he falls for it. And I think he is. There we go. Nice and easy. That's kill number 1. Right, since you're too brainless to focus on the fucking Corsair on your ass, I'm going to have to deal with that for you. And probably the VG as well, because you've been reversed by a VG, which is embarrassing. Right, we are compressing, so I need to be careful. We've got all the speed in the world, and we can just go back up. It's not a problem. The compression is obviously an issue on this plane, but, well, you can play around it. It's just I'm not choosing to. I want to give these people a fighting chance. The Boat Zero, on the other hand, he does not. He's just slaughtered them. Probably have to climb up for that Condor so it doesn't friggin' like space climb the entire match. But then again, there's a 111 RTB right now, and there's also the Ju-88, which we're gonna have to climb for them, because if no one else will, then we're gonna be sat in a match for 25 minutes, and that's something I don't want to do. So, how far are they from the base? Well, they're pretty decently away, but obviously we've got to catch up to them first. The 88 can dive, the 111 can't. So whichever one I can kill first, I'm happy with, but I want the 88 gone first. We don't have a lot of time to intercept, that's the problem. And well, given that our entire team is all diving on one Stuka, I don't exactly have much in the way of backup here. So we're probably going to get shots on the Ju-88 first. We obviously can't get too close to the gunners, nor that anti-aircraft, which is now opening up on me. So I'm going to pitch up for the 88 and try and shoot it down. Of course, he dives straight for that fucking runway. Get fucked. And there goes, well actually there's 3 planes there now. We've dealt with the frickin' 88, but I'm not getting shot down by flak, that's for sure. And there goes our Chaika, who tail sat the frickin' bomber, because that's all people know how to do these days. Oh dear. So we could go for that Condor. Is that him up there? I'm guessing so. The A-20 just TK'd the frickin' 109 on the runway, so that's good. Well, for us, not good for him, but, you know. Let's see if we can go and intercept that Condor. We only have the MGs left, pretty much. We've only got 8 cannon shells, which ain't gonna do much. Unless we get lucky, but, you know. We'll see. So, teammates are farming. That's fine. We're going to now claim for Mr. Condor, because he's probably going to space climb the entire fucking match, and I hate that shit. Oh well. We shall try to intercept. Well, I say try. This thing can climb up to a Condor with little issue. The problem is that I really don't want to be wasting my time chasing after bombers all the game, but we might not have a choice because, as I said, the guy there will be probably runway camping, the A-20 is definitely going to be runway camping, and this guy's just going to climb to space, which isn't ideal. But we should be fine. So the match has gone pretty well. Like, we've lost a few planes, but it's not a problem. The A-20 surprisingly is not runway camping, which is good. And the Condor is working over the bases right now. So we'll see how he does. I'm definitely going to get some lunch after this match. I'm quite hungry, that's for sure. Because it is now 1 o'clock. Obviously it won't be when this video goes out, but, you know. Joe normally doesn't get breakfast in the morning. It's just easy for me, and plus, I tend not to feel hungry until later in the day anyway. It's just because obviously I used to get up early in the morning for college a few years ago. So, oh great, well done E-7. I'm honestly getting too old for this shit. I really am. So the Condor has turned towards us. We do have 8 cannon ammunition left, which probably won't be enough. I think he's going to try and ram us, which is about normal for Condor players, to be brutally honest. There we go. Eat that. If he puts that fire out, I'm going to be pissed, because I never put fires out in Condors. There is apparently a new Condor variant that's been seen in the files, which would be pretty interesting. I'm probably going to add some more fuel to that fire. Let's go for the engine. Okay, never mind, he fell apart. That's good. Kill number 3. So we've got the 111 left and the A20, who is just running for his life. The C202 could kill him, but he's been farming, so I doubt it. And I've only got MG left, but we're going to try and intercept. The 111 can't climb too well, so I'm not worried about that thing too much. The A20 can run pretty decently, so we need to deal with that. And I'm going to make sure it doesn't run, because I really don't want to deal with freaking running attackers all game. Nor do I want to deal with runway camping bombers. So, he might put it in the ground, because obviously we're going for the high-speed intercept. We don't have cannons, so he will be able to shrug off our bullets rather nicely, but we're probably going to target gunners and things like that. I'm going to have to approach from a different angle due to my airspeed. He's too busy shooting at me with his gunners anyway to pay any real attention. I'm going to come in from the dead zone of that gunner. We have to watch the lower gunner though. How is he shooting for his own fucking tail? There we go, eat that. That's how you deal with an A20. I'd never get to shoot for the tail on my freaking bombers like that. Double fire, he will not put that out. There we go, that's the problem dealt with. That's kill number 4. We've got to go find that freaking 111 now. I have got a blind hunt, which I'm going to pop. Okay, he's just near the forward airfield. Let's go get him, because trust me, we're going to have to kill him, because I know for a fact he will try and runway camp. And look, he's immediately turning for that fucking airfield. This is exactly why, like, Gaijin needs to fix their shit when it comes to this. Oh no, he's turning towards the forward airfield. It still fucking cans, but like, it's just frustrating because all we deal with is players like that who are just constantly doing donuts near their fucking runways. And it's just frustrating because we can't do anything about them. Like, yeah, we can farm ground targets, but what's the point? What's the point of us playing an RRB match where we want to fight other planes when all we can do against a camper is farm ground targets and probably die to the AA anyway? So, come on. And yep, bear in mind he's already landed once. He's landed it again just to waste time. Why bother taking off, dude? Come on. Well, I'm not going to get my ace, which is disappointing, but oh well. I shall go for the howitzers, because he's just going to waste our time, so this will be interesting. Come on, there we go. I just shot the roof of that home. I hope there was no one, like, living a bit like, oh, what's his face? I'm trying to remember now. I hope there was no one acting like Paddington and living in the fucking thingy, the loft or something. Because otherwise we might have just cancelled Paddington 3. Audience participation, by the way, if you actually watched Paddington, like, it doesn't matter which one. Although, if you've watched the second one before the first one, you're a masochist. But yeah, has anyone actually watched Paddington? I thought it was a pretty good film. Like the series at least. I thought it was pretty good. And I think he's jaded out on the runway after finally realising that he's going to lose the match. There we go. That's good at least. Oh, God, I hate freaking dealing with bombers sometimes. But there we go. That's 4 kills, 4 ground targets. A pretty good result. But hopefully, we don't have to deal with anything like that in Japs there, because at least we can put him down a lot easier. Because the problem with just having the MGs left is you can't really do a lot with them, but oh well. But that just gives you an idea of what the E-7 can do. It is a bit broken for its BR, and I must admit, Gaijin really needs to bump this thing's BR. But I don't think they will, because they're too stupid to realise that it's the files, not the actual aircraft. But next in the series will be the final aircraft of Japan before we do the loop back, which will be Japsair. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to this one. But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the BF-109 E-7, and I will see you all on the next one.